Welcome back. Today is 24th of November. It's little late in the evening that I am posting my video. Uh, and here we are. Markets kya lagta hai? And by the way, first of all, sorry for not being able to talk about it last week. Last week I was not keeping very well, and this week also I'm little delayed because I have something very interesting revelation about Nifty, and I've been looking at Nifty for so many days, so many weeks, so many months, and there is always something new to learn. And today I learned something new, or I look at the same thing with a different lens, and I get to probably learn something new about Nifty. I'm going to share that today with you. This is going to be little longer than the usual videos, but I'm very sure you are going to be able to make a lot based on this video. Okay, so let's start without wasting much time. Before we start, very quickly, the disclaimer, and it's your money. You need to take responsibility for what it is. We are going to talk about what we see in the market. We do take our own risks. We do trade on our own things. This session is mostly from learning point of view. You do your own analysis, and only based on that you take your own risks. So let's start very quickly. Let me go to the this is monthly chart on Nifty, and I'm going to show you the complete picture of Nifty so far. And rather, I'm going to be bringing in little more, and I am not very sure if you are able to get what I want you to see. This is the grand super cycle. Okay, so I'm just going to change the color. I colored it for the wrong thing. Okay, this is the one. I need to change the color. I'm going to change it to bright red so that you are able to understand what I'm talking about. So in a very grand schema, the if you really look at Elliot waves, we are talking about grand super cycle. This is probably the grand super cycle of Nifty, where 2007, whatever high it made, that was the first wave. Then it corrected almost everything. It corrected like there's no tomorrow in 2008, and then we started the three wave 3 of grand super cycle. Okay, so that was the first picture. The second one that I want you to see is this. So let me just make that little lighter now. I'm going to get to a single 1 point. Okay, or let it be 4 points. I'll just change the color to pink. So this was the grand super cycle. The super cycle, if I would look at it now, I'm going to make this in green color, dark green, or maybe let's just make it blue, my mera wala blue. So if you look at the grand cycle, you have got one which was taken as I mean, it was so difficult at that point in time. A lot of people were finding it difficult to identify the exact wave count and how it would work out. And then we all got surprised in 2020 when we had this major fall. This major fall got just reversed immediately, and we thought it's gonna be wave 4, and then there were a lot of things. You couldn't have wave 3, which was less aggressive than the wave 1, so it did not fit the relations of wave 3. And then the sudden fall and sudden correction also did not fit the theory of wave 4. Why? That was because that was just a 1 and a 2 of 3. It was not the complete wave 3. Complete wave 3 is just now forming. Okay, so within that wave, So you had this all the way till 2020 beginning. From 2008, this was wave 1. Then we have a sudden sharp correction of wave 2 and then a wave 3. Now if you talk about the targets, okay, now if you look at the grand super cycle, the 4.27, that is one target, that could be a 25,000 Nifty. If you look at this and then look at the target, it would be somewhere around 23,000, and that is 1.6 times wave 1. 1.6 times wave 1 target comes to around 2300, 23,000. Now can it be higher than that? Of course it can be higher than that. Wave 3s usually surprise everyone, and this is what I have been looking, verifying, doing everything, and based on that I am able to come back to you. So this is what I think is a big picture. Okay, now let's go to a smaller picture. There are lots of drawings here to explain to you, and I am going to take my own time and talk about it. Okay, so this grand wave 3 is also going to be having 1 2 3. I have not drawn the 4 correctly and I have not drawn the 5 correctly. It would take a lot of time, and that would probably happen much later. Maybe at that time we would be retiring. Yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be after 10 15 years from now, maybe 20 years from now, I don't know. If you really look at it, the wave 1 was 2009. This was a 10 years wave 1. Wave 3 could be another 10 15 years. Then wave 4 is going to be another 20 30 years. So we are talking about a very long period here. Okay, long time. It does not happen all of a sudden. Second one is, if I look at this currently where the market is, I'm going to go to the weeklies, and I hope you are still able to see the complete picture. So this sudden move, that was the very characteristic of wave 3. Wave 3 is very aggressive, very fast, vertical move, gaps. People don't have time to get into it, and a lot of people do miss it. I missed it myself, and I'm scratching my head. Why did I and how did I miss that particular cycle? But yes, that's perfectly okay. What I would look at, and if I look at the granular structure of this particular up move, this is how I look at it. Okay, you had I'm talking. Let me just make this little less louder. I'm going to make it very light blue. Okay, and so now if I have to talk about this, and we are saying this third wave needs to go to 2300 plus. Okay, and if I start dissecting this particular wave in here, then the way it looks like is, you have had a wave 1, then you had a wave 2. This wave 3 was split between 1 2 3 4 5 very nicely. So this was a wave 3, and after that wave you had a correction which is also very nicely put in, ABC, which is made up of 1 2 3 4 5, ABC 1 2 3 4 5. So it was very nice, and I was lucky to target this at around 15,200 levels. Market came little below and then bounced, and at that point in time I said, wait, we are going to be having at least a 2,000 point rally, and markets did show us much more than 2,000 point rally, and now we are almost at the same level as this top. Okay, now, are we going to be doing a double top and then coming down? You have to observe, you have to watch. Now, either this whole wave, 1 2 3 4 5, is wave 3, or it would be just a wave 1 of wave 3. Now, if that is a complete wave 3, then it does not justify my saying, because wave 1, wave 1, which I will just quickly show you. Wave 1 was all the way from 2300 till about 12,000, almost a 10,000 point wave. So, and then if the wave 3 has to have 10,000 points also, 7,500 to 18,000, it does not sound correct. Something is not fitting in the equation. So most likely, either we have got, I mean, I always can make mistakes in my counting, but if my countings are correct and if my logic is correct, this is only one of three. And if this is one of three, then you are going to have a major break again in two, and then you are going to have a third of third of third. Now if that is the case, then you need to be very ready to be able to catch this huge move. But before this huge move, you are going to have one more correction. Markets have shown the wave 2 corrections to be at least 50%. So I'll just quickly show you how the corrections were. uh, and I need to zoom in to what happened. Okay, I zoomed in a little too much, but that does not matter. I can always zoom out. So if you look at this correction, uh, here until here, and look at this. Oops, what happened? Yeah. And I'm going to mark, to make it easy, I'm going to mark 0 line and 100 line, and then I'm going to get rid of these two, and then 0.61 and 0.786. So the first wave, wave 2 correction, which happened in 2008, it hit almost 70%. Okay, it corrected almost 70% of the whole correction. Okay, the next time when we had the same similar thing, I am going to not be 100% accurate, but second time correction was almost 50%. Okay, so we are talking about almost 50%, 60%, 70% kind of correction, if this is a wave one complete and then wave two is going to start. Okay, so if I draw that, and I'm just at a very high level, we are going to talk about the details also, and somewhere here if it overs, then you are talking about 13,000, 14,000 levels before the market reverses, and there would be a vertical rally which can take us from 13,000 to 23,000 in no time. Okay, so if that is what is going to happen, we will watch and we will see, and then we will also try to make maximum out of it. We are going to be discussing the markets here. Today is not the last seminar, last YouTube video, right? So let me now go to the dailies, and I have actually done a lot, right from the grand super cycle to the minutest wave. I am able to put together. Okay, and I have put it together for you so that you understand where exactly we are, and if my counting is correct, then we will be able to make a lot of money. Okay, so here we are, 2022 2020 correction. After the 2020 correction, we started moving, one, we had a two, and we had a three, and then we had a flat four, and then we are on the fifth wave. Okay, this third was made up of one, two, three, four, five. I already talked about it. And this fourth was made up of A, B, C. I also have talked about it. A was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B was 1, A, B, C, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have already talked about this. So till January, June of 2022, we have already done. So I'm not going to be talking about it anymore now. The only reference that I am going to be taking from that particular piece is that this wave 4, if I have to look at the target for wave 5, my lowest target comes to around 19,500, and this is the target which I have been talking about. When we were in 15,200, I expected the target of 19,500 to be achieved. There was also another way that it would make mark double tops and then come down. But if you really look at it, let me just zoom in a little bit, and if we have to look at the top that was made around at that time, and if I understand right, this was around 18,604. Okay, let me just zoom in more, because we are very close to the top. We need to be watching. Okay, so here the top was made here, and high is 18,604. Please keep this number in mind all the time, because we are very very close to it. There is a high probability that markets will show some reaction to these levels. Okay, markets always show reaction to these kind of levels. Now we are talking from June of 2022, and we have talked about it a multiple number of times. We had a 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5. Okay, this 3 was made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This 3 was made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 4 is made up of ABC. Very nice correction. There were some googlies here when we were trading this side, and we actually expected it to, from here, we expected it to go down, but we were wrong. Markets said, no, 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 we don't want to come down. So you just had this ABC correction where C was a very, very long leg, and then markets reversed, and then you had a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and let me now till here I think we are okay. September 2022, and now let's go to an hourly chart. Lot of lines. Sorry for the sorry for this, but I'm sure you will be able to capture what I have to say. So let me just zoom out a little bit. Okay, so here these are, we are now in September 2022. You had a 1, you had a 2, you had a 3. Now till here, just hold on. 3 was made in November, 15th of November, and this 3 was made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is also made up of ABC. Very nice. This is a expanding diagonal. It's a case study. If you really want to learn Elliot waves, and if you want to learn the learn about the corrective waves, this is a typical corrective wave which googlies a lot of people. So this is an expanding fourth, and this one is also made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are able to see that. You are able to see ABC here, and now sorry, this is not ABC. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you really look at it, so that looks to be an A. Now let me just go past here in our current status, where exactly we are. So there is a probability that the after this third, I'm talking about this the black line. Let me just make it little dark so that you are able to get it what I'm talking about. So in this particular case, 1 is confirmed, 2 is confirmed, 3 also is confirmed, because I am able to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I am able to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 within the 5. So 3 is confirmed. Now we are in fourth wave. There are two possibilities. The first possibility is the fourth wave was a shallow fourth, and then we have made this fifth. Okay, so this is the first probability, and this fifth, there is a very high probability that you would make a double top. Okay, although a double top is not a very nice phenomena when it comes to wave third. So if it is part of wave third, even if it is first of wave third, double tops would not happen. Okay, so I would expect at least the 600 level to be taken out. Rather, it should have been even smaller wave one. I don't know, but double tops in wave one, somehow it's not really something that I have observed too many times. So because of that, I'm thinking that this wave 4 is not yet over, and we are still in the wave 4. So this could be a running diagonal, it could be an expanding diagonal, it could be a lot of things. Okay, flat also can have something like this. So I'm not very sure whether this correction is over. I'm also not very sure if this is over. Okay, so that is the first thing to note. The second thing to note is I will show you when I zoom in even more. Okay, So if I zoom this in, you are able to see 1 2 3 4 5 here. Let me just mark that for you. uh, this is minute cycle. Now we need to go one level below the minute. This is a 1, this is a 2, this is a 3, this is a 4, and this is a 5. Okay, and this one level below minute e. Okay, so this is what it is. I'm going to make it 1 point, and this color should be, after blue it's coming red. Okay, so this is minute ab 1 2 3 4 5, and then after that I am able to mark an abc. Okay, there is an a, there is a b, and there is a c. Okay, here. And this also should be marked in red. Okay, let it be a little louder. uh, okay, so now if this is an abc correction, let's quickly bring up our Fibonacci and see where the abc correction might actually end. So if I bring this up, and I'm not doing it to the perfection, so for you to see it, I'm going to mark 0 and 1, and then I am going to get 1.27. Okay, so if I look at it, it has crossed 1.27. So there is a possibility that it is going to stop somewhere here. Another way of looking at it is this at 127 levels of this correction. And again, I am there are now too many colors, there are too many things. I'm going to get rid of them little later. So here, so it is also within this band. Okay, between 1 and 1.27 of this. So there is a possibility that with the expiry today was a monthly expiry, make it a point. With that monthly expiry, we probably would have marked a high. Okay, and if we would have marked this high, then there is a possibility that from here we are going to go little down, and then we will come back again higher. Okay, so that's why I have marked it as a, this as b, and then I would expect a c wave which will come somewhere here. Why I have put in here is that this is around 23% to 38% of the previous wave 3. Now can I calculate from here, or can I calculate from here? You would have your own discussions, but I believe this is not going to be a very deep correction from here. It would probably come around 18,000 odd levels, even if it corrects from here, and then it is going to show the wave 5th. If it does not do something like this, and if it goes sideways, then you could say that this is a 1, this is a 2, this is a 3, and then you had a 4th and a 5th. If that is the case, then you would most likely mark a double top, and in that case this would be, oops, sorry, uh, this would be marked as a 4th, and then this, there would be a 5th somewhere here. Okay, and that would be very close to a double top from the earlier highs, and then from there the markets are going to correct. Okay, today the volatility is very low. Hmm? So but before I talk about volatility, let me just quickly give you my expected numbers. The first expected number is probably somewhere here in the range 18,600 to 18,000. This one is 18,700. Okay, so 18,600 to 700, there could be a pause, but I'm not 100% sure about that. There is a possibility that market will come down from here till about 18,100 levels, and then go to 18,700 levels. So in short, I see markets not doing a lot over the next couple of weeks, maybe next month or so. And if you really look at it, December for US markets is anyway slow month. So US markets are not going to be giving us any major direction. Okay, so we are going to be seeing a lot of sideways move with that. But if you are a option seller, this is not the best time. So that is where I was coming to India VIX. If I show you India VIX daily chart and zoom out of it, this is what it looks like. Okay, so India VIX being on 13, it's not very rare case. So if I approximately draw a 50% line, we have got India VIX not for very long time, I think. But if you draw an approximate 50% line, it is little below 50% line. But at the same time, there were times from 2017 to 2020, a lot of time the India VIX was below these levels, 15, 14, 13 levels, came all the way to 9 and 10. It was also the same case around August 2021, but these are the times when markets mark the high. Okay, so if we are about to mark a high, we will start seeing markets coming down and volatility going up. So if that is the case, then I would not recommend you to start writing puts. At the same time, I don't think it's the best time to write calls as well, because the markets may surprise on the upside. So given all these scenarios, I am going to be taking a break. I have been taking breaks on my weekly trades for a very long time. And yes, I'm trading little bit on monthly, but very small amount. Whole of November, I was less than 30% of my trading capital, which is very unusual for me. And I continue to do that in month of December as well. So I'm not going to recommend any weekly options trade, but if at all you want to do, you would be able to get about half a percent to 1% in a week. But it's more risky than getting that. I'm perfectly okay. I've made a lot of money selling options over last many months. I want to I'm happy to take a break. So coming back, this is what I believe this week is going to be showing you. There is potential. I mean, we are all said and done. We are looking towards an intermediate high. We are going probably towards a double top, or we will do a fake breakout, and then from that fake breakout, we will see a major correction. Okay, but the good part of the story, the shining side of the story, is after this correction, we are most likely going to see a wave third, which is going to be a vertical rise. Okay, so if you want to be right, make sure that this fall may happen to a deeper fall. At least I did talk about numbers as low as 17,000, and a lot of people were surprised. But if the complete move is over, I expect markets to may come down to 15,000, 16,000. But please don't be afraid to buy this correction. So if there is a sharp correction, keep your cash ready, and you can deploy some cash only if there is a sharp correction. But otherwise, we are on towards the higher side of the market. Do not invest your capital at this point in time. You should get better entry points. Okay, so today I have taken liberty of going almost half an hour into this session. I hope you like it. If you like it, please like it. Give your comments, what you think about it, and you can always share it with your friends. I mean, we even if you share it with thousands of people, it's not going to take away your trading opportunities. You would still be the same. So we have done all the way from grand super cycle to the minutest level of wave count today. So from the grand super cycle, we looked at super cycle, we looked at cycle, primary cycle, intermediate, minor, minute, and minute. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have seen today 8 levels of Elliott wave. If we are right in what we are doing, I'm very very sure that we will get huge opportunities. Okay, so let's look forward for it, and let's be in touch. Cheers.